videos. At times, I don't know what is wrong with Trump. Trump is giving Burkina Faso a few days to give them 60% of their gold and oil, as he will sanction Burkina Faso. Wow. Wow. So let's go and watch the video and hear what Trump is saying.
But that one sentence was enough to rattle an entire country. Traoré had just 48 hours to deliver 60% of Burkina Faso's oil and gold or face serious consequences. And the name at the bottom? Donald J. Trump, then President of the United States. He wasn't just playing politics. He was running a hard-hitting global business offensive through backdoor diplomacy. The demand shocked even Washington's inner circle. Not talks, not deals, just a flat-out ultimatum. Hand over almost complete control of the country's newly found oil and gold reserves. It wasn't a negotiation. It was a threat aimed right at the heart of Ouagadougou. Before we dive into this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Sources say the cable didn't just show up. It was hand-delivered by a trusted go-between, a former U.S. military attaché, flanked by private American security contractors. It landed on Captain Ibrahim Traoré's desk at dawn. The message? Crystal clear. Let U.S. corporations start extracting oil and exporting gold immediately. Hand over long-term control of Burkina Faso's energy policy to an American-led economic board. Do it in 48 hours, or face sanctions, resource blockades, and internal sabotage. This wasn't diplomacy. This was a shakedown. Trump's tone was blunt, cold, and all business. We saved you from terrorism. Now it's time to pay up. But there was one thing Trump didn't count on. The man sitting across from that demand wasn't the type to fold. Captain Traoré didn't flinch. He summoned his intelligence chief, brought in his top military commander, and told them straight, "Tell the Americans, Burkina Faso is not for sale." By midday, the story exploded. African media lit up from Lagos to Kinshasa. The headlines were everywhere. Trump demands Africa's resources. Traoré given 24-hour deadline. The world started watching, and Burkina Faso held its breath. But Traoré wasn't writing a reply with pen and paper. He was writing it with strategy and steel. You see, for months, something huge had been kept under wraps, buried beneath the dry plains of northern Burkina Faso. This wasn't rumor or guesswork.
Now,
It was...
what did they take Africa for? Give your comment. Trump say, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, few days. Sir, or take gold and oil. Not so good. Burkina Faso, anya oil. For few days, sir, one fat gold and oil no percentage ya minim say oba betu so oba dey you told you on one oba sanction da obvious me busa o Ibrahim Traoré bema we know ayaboko sir. Now you see this a Trump must study Ibrahim Traoré, because Ibrahim Traoré is not like some of the African leaders who will kowtow because of a piece of bread. Now Ibrahim Traoré is so unique. Now this man will not kowtow for what you are trying to tell him. And I want Trump to know that the Africa he knew before is not like Africa today. I say and same be old ma what ya na hipa. Hey, we have our continent. So what a baby man who are crying, I wouldn't have baby man. You are far away from Africa. Now, more Moankasa Monsasi. Yen to me, ma a bridge on woman can't tell me, say, yeah, be fair be a free horn. Now, dear, my year a baby mindset won't fit you. And the more dear Diamoconi yard, and any time Diamo Pibiano, not what she as sim. Na mabefako na oka we wie ye no o ka se Ibrahim Traore be kana no atu a on kana no ntimu da afi yenkotie de Ibrahim Traore so oka.
Our dignity. Today I, Ibrahim Traoré, deliver a message to the United States and its former president Donald Trump. You demanded 60% of our gold and oil? No. What you really asked for was our soul. But know this, Burkina Faso does not sell itself, we fight. And today, we have made a decision, one that has shaken the world. This is not just refusal, this is a declaration of defiance. And this is the moment when Africa looked the West in the eye and said, no more. They thought Africa would remain silent, that once again, they could step onto our soil, speak in calm diplomatic tones, shake hands behind closed doors, and walk away with the wealth that does not belong to them. But today, that ends. Today I speak not just as the president of Burkina Faso, but as the voice of a new Africa that refuses to kneel. When I sat at that table and heard the so-called deal offered by Donald Trump, 60% of our gold and oil in exchange for military support and promises of protection, I looked him in the eye and said, no, you don't come into our house and dictate our future. We are not the Africa of the past. We are not your colony. You see, for decades they have dressed exploitation in the clothes of diplomacy. They have masked theft with contracts. They've renamed control as cooperation. But we, the sons and daughters of Sankara, have read their playbook. We know what these deals mean. They want our resources. They want our obedience. They want our silence. And in return, they give us war, surveillance, and broken promises. Not anymore. When Trump's envoys came to Ouagadougou, they didn't expect resistance. They expected business as usual, a signature on paper, a forced smile for the cameras, and access to the minerals beneath our soil. But I told them, this is not for sale. I told them we will no longer trade our future for temporary security. We will not exchange gold for bullets. And if that means standing alone, then so be it. But I know we are not alone. The African continent is awakening. When imperial powers believe they can slap their names on the resources of a free nation, they forget one thing, our dignity. Today, I, Ibrahim Traoré, deliver a message to the United States and its former president, Donald Trump. You demanded 60% of our gold and oil? No. What you really asked for was our soul. But no.
Yeah, so what did you know? Can or see? Bibi man ye America for Japan. Now on to me in tongue or mine also. Femma the Trump all can. Enti obeso Trump said. Enya dia all sorry no sorry or China say nin semu all can. Or manimuaye kura maybe our catch them say me dwene ho. When him say Hebrew for me and son as small can say, oh king, we are not careful to answer you. We will not even think before giving you an answer. Ibrahim Traore does not need even meditation but to meditate on this issue before he give you answer. Boom one man or yes, you say, Dabio, Papa. And wahuna no and yame miso. Say encrophobia or wahuna woman. Emma Omu Bun Chirema is not Ibrahim Traore. And if I will stand on Ibrahim Traore's shoe, Ibrahim Traore would never, kowtow for this treachery. It's too much. It's too much. You have to leave Africa alone. You have to leave Africa alone. And now you can't sleep. Because Africa is now taking our destiny into our hands. Now Africa is telling the whole world that black man is capable. When anytime I said this, I said it with delight. Black man is capable to manage his own affairs. So Trump, please leave Africa alone. We don't know what you are planning to do against Africa. And let me tell you, if you tamper with any African country. I want you to understand you have temper with the Russians. You have temper with South Korea. You have temper with some of the nations that are not corrupt, that are not wicked, that are not selfish. There are other nations like Russia. Now, if Russia want to trade with you, they come with mutual respect. And if you don't have that mutual respect, please, we want you to know, this Africa, through Ibrahim Traoré, is a new Africa. And Africa now is standing for our right. Now, we want to use our resources to build our continent. So please, you better find some tea, find some good food to eat, and have a nice sleep. Because let me assure you, Africa will not give you this. No, we are not going to entertain you. We are not going to entertain you on this again. God bless Ibrahim Traoré. God bless Africa. And God bless Adkwart Studios. And God bless Apostle Samson J. Kwachi. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.